Somewhere amongst the vast rolling hills of rural New Mexico sits a house that is surrounded by the eerie yet gorgeous southwestern landscape. Once a loving home to a small family and their pets. But when the sun falls and the clock strikes 3, things become quite different. As a skeptic, I never had any fear of this house initially. And looking back, I tend to think we were just scaring ourselves. Until the creation of this series, I hadn't looked at this footage in years. And as I'm creating these episodes week by week, my memories are resurrected. I'm beginning to think that maybe I was wrong to dismiss it. This is the Witching Hour. And the stories told here are 100% true. Whether you want to believe them or not is entirely up to you. So I said before that I'm a skeptic. I really do think that most of the time people are just scaring themselves and being silly. I just have to be honest, as I'm going through the stuff that happened and finding things that either I forgot happened, or in one case, finding that I caught something on a recording that I did not see at the time. I do feel like I'm becoming less and less skeptical, especially when it comes to my own experiences. There was always bumps in the night, and that could be attributed to the cats and possible wildlife hiding underneath the trailer home, which does happen.
Because I hear thumps, and like, we have cats and dogs and stuff, but the cats get crazy around 4 o'clock. But we can distinguish the cat's sounds from the abnormal sounds.
Well, we can distinguish everybody's sounds. Like,
yeah.
We know which child is running to our room.
Yeah, so even if we can hear the child, we know by the footfall which child it is.
Yeah.
So we definitely know that sound wasn't made by an animal or a child.
Well, sometimes it does sound like a child because the little girl is a child.
Yeah, but like...
So like it can be a similar sound, but then you go check it out and all the kids are asleep.
Right.
Or nobody's there. Like there's the stuff that gives you that creepy feeling, the hair on the back of your neck feeling.
Right.
But the little stuff like that never gives us that. We're like, oh, whatever.
There was one instance where I heard a loud crash while I was in the restroom. Yesterday, I was in the restroom, and I heard like fucking loud banging crash like right outside the fucking. I was like, what that? Like I thought like there was a pan that I don't know
outside this bathroom door.
Yeah, it was. I thought it must have been like a pot or a pan. It's like boom, 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 it was like crash.
I heard that last night,
and I was like, and then I immediately opened the door to see Bella the dog just sitting there, calm as ever, and no commotion whatsoever. I see Bella standing there, and I'm just like, and I look like, and there's nothing there, and I was like,
I heard it last night, and somehow the toolbox in the back room was out and fallen onto the dryer, and there was tools all over the floor.
Really?
Yeah.
That toolbox is heavy.
It's super heavy.
It weighs about 20 pounds. Cats can't move the toolbox.
I know, and it was... I didn't know what had happened.
On one occasion, I actually heard a growl. I straight up heard some crazy growling right outside the window. Bella was like barking, and I heard some gnarly ass growls right now, like right outside the fucking door, the window. I'm seriously not even joking. Dude, that was loud. That was like heavy growling. But it's like, what the f? I never see anything. Surely we'd see something, right? Like a fucking animal or a coyote or something, but like, what the f growls like that? It was heavy and deep, and it was opposite of Bella because Bella was fucking barking additive while this thing was fucking growling. Yet there's no sign of Bella anywhere. Like right here, like I heard a like heavy growl, and then Bella's fucking barking at it, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, I heard it before, faint. I heard it like heavy. I was like, what the?
Like a deep growl, dude. Like a fucking crazy. Yeah, no, I've heard it too.
Like that's not a. Is that coyote?
No. I don't know what it is. It's like a deep, like.
Yeah, like a like
like
what the?
yeah, dude.
You'll hear that at night, dude.
Yeah, I was like, that was.
At night you'll hear like the. And it's weird because like I never see anything around here.
Yeah, dude, I was like, I expected there to be a couple coyotes or something.
Yeah, like-
a dog or something.
And I'll hear her barking like that scared bark she does.
Yeah.
And I hear like a deep growl, but I never like that's all I ever hear. And I'm like, I go out there and there's nothing ever around.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm about to catch some shit. So.
I actually didn't remember this until I was going through my notes, which I have here. You can see that I wrote down, or I typed rather, right here. Jeremy's experience hearing Justin. I don't remember this night too much, but what I do remember is peeking my head outside of the bedroom door, calling it Justin, because I heard him say something. And I'm just like, Justin, what's up? Justin. And of course, that feeling of dread that you get when you realize that something is not right. And here's something that I did not mention in the previous episode, which is that I too actually saw the little girl. So I was sitting on the sofa one night and all the lights were off. My sister-in-law Brianna was asleep on the ground. I was watching this is so weird. I just realized this. I was watching a thing about wolves and Native Americans on the TV. That's crazy. It's just crazy. Because it's one of the 3 channels that they had out there. And it had to do with wolves and Native Americans. That is so weird, man. That's so weird. I genuinely just realized that. Like, I remembered that all of this, but I never connected the dots. That's insane. So I'm there watching this documentary series, and I see a little girl who at the time my brain just perceives as my niece Evie. And I see her run across from one side of the kitchen to the other.
So this is where I saw.
I didn't think too much of it at first, but after a few seconds went by and she didn't run back, I just got curious as to what she was doing in the kitchen so late. So I get up and I walk beyond the wall. Nobody's there. Yeah, when I saw the girl, yeah, I waited like a couple days to, like, it wasn't until like I think you guys were talking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I saw that girl.
Yeah.
Because you asked him what color hair she had, and I didn't want to say, and then you're like blonde, and I was like, oh, it was blonde, and yeah, dude, it was way taller than.
Yeah.
So she could fit right in with the family.
And what my brain did was, like, when you see a basketball like bounce, it hits the floor, and what if it just stuck? And your brain would be like, no, it's supposed to bounce. It's like, what the hell? And then the same way, like when the girl ran, for one, I heard no footsteps, and secondly, I was waiting for her to run back. I was waiting for her to see her, and then it wasn't until like a few seconds where I was just like, I think you were still knocked out on the floor.
Oh, probably.
Or something. Yeah, so I get up and then I just go to the kitchen, and I'm just like, and I just go and sit back down, and I'm just like, I wait for you to come out of the shower. And I'm just like, because yeah, you had laid down by the space heater and you knocked out.
Right.
And this is coming from the guy who doesn't believe in ghosts, and now he lives here.
I've forgotten half of this stuff even happened. And there's a couple of things that we caught on camera that I didn't realize we caught at the time. And let's just say that these things that I caught have to do with something in the sky.